Hi guys. It is Saturday. Let's see, y'all. October 17th in the year of our Lord, 2020 AD. Okay. I'm recovering from a procedure that I had Thursday, and I'm having another one next Thursday. Um, it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. I want everything done before the holidays, so okay. Um, I just had a myriad of things go through my head, through my mind. Um, I've been thinking about people that don't have anyone in their corner, and some of them are putting off medical procedures. I mean, they don't even have someone to drive them home from the hospital, let alone look after them when they're at home. Um, yeah, I'm very self-sufficient. I relied on hubby, I think, the first day. I was like, okay, but for the most part. But still, I have loved ones, friends, family, that are single, getting up in years like moi, and perhaps even older. And it just concerns me, especially during this pandemic. I've had, when I went into the ER when my jaw was dislocated, I had to be alone. Couldn't even have hubby making his silly jokes to distract me, which I probably, I don't know, when you're in a lot of pain, it's hard to get distracted. But nonetheless, to know somebody's there in your corner and just even if they're out in the waiting room. And so I can't have anyone even in the waiting room with this situation. So, but just imagine this is like minimal compared to people that have been hospitalized for COVID-19, various other, health emergencies, heart attacks, anything that could be going on. And, and heaven forbid that they pass away and their loved ones aren't with them. It's just so many things going on through my mind. And I'm just so humbled and grateful that at least I'm not completely alone. Um, other things going through my mind. I'm going to tell you about healing. It is a journey. And, most of us at this stage of our lives, even younger, of course, know that, you've got this down, I've got this conquered. And then, something triggers you, or, in my case, maybe complex PTSD. It could be, another disorder someone might have, you know. Um, there's adjustment disorders where you're going through a crisis and it's short term but perhaps acute at the time, but like just like there's grief that's not prolonged as opposed to grief that you know is perhaps more short term. I was going to look more into disorders and just really get on it with you, but I'm one to just like wherever my path guides me I go. Okay, I just wanted to share something. This is being very vulnerable, and I want my children to really know my heart um, when I leave. There's something called, I think it's called, when you've been intimate with someone physically, um, there is like a connection. I believe, consensual that you love that person. I don't think that connection ever dies. Um, and I honor my hubby because I'm sure that he struggles with some of the same issues. You can put your past behind you, move on, and love the person you're with. We do go out of our way to show each other love and affection and concern and care. Yeah, every now and then, and I know what happens to him, in regards to Sharon, and I know he's still concerned about his ex-wife Chris and how she's doing, and um, you know, w- how you're not a bad person because you're worried about being a bad person. That's how you know. People that are bad people don't reflect, don't grow. I don't want to say bad labeling somebody, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, I came across this meme, and this is gonna be a hodgepodge. Um, I thought about Ray, because one thing about Ray and me is we were childhood sweethearts. Like we knew each other growing up together. We had that history, and of course, he's been with his wife. I don't even know. He probably been like 40 years, maybe. God bless him. And I was reading a lot of poetry last night. You can wish somebody every happiness in the world, but still miss them. You know what I'm saying? Once you have that soul bond, that's what I was trying to come up with. Soul bond. Um, it's like their essence never really leaves. You know, I don't really find it disloyal. I think it's complex. It's layered. Life is layered and complex, and a lot of people are taboo about talking about stuff like this. Oh, it's disloyal or something. Healthier to talk about it. Let me just tell you how foolish to turn away a man that loved you for who you are, not what another man wants you to be. He is imperfect and broken too, but he was focused on being better, and that's rare. You look for him in every man that holds you and tells you he loves you and wonder if they love you as much as he did. That was me. I was that way about Ray forever. I'm going to be honest, like in both of my other marriages, you know, I just never felt. Definitely not my second husband. He's most likely a sociopath, and I've talked about that before. But and my first husband, I never truly felt that he loved me, that he saw me, that you know, he held my heart in his hands. No one since Ray. Um, and then I met Roy. You know, he just, that's him there. That is him there. Okay, so you come together with somebody. You have this soul bond. I think it lasts through eternity. I'll probably always have that soul bond for him. I'll never speak for him because it could be, last thing on his mind. I'm just telling you from my perspective. Um, that's what it's been for me. It's a different journey. He went on and found someone that loved and appreciated him. And from his vantage point, I probably didn't because of the trauma that I was going through. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say, um, no do-overs, do betters. And that's all I try to do from then on, you know. Um, why am I still holding this? My hair is bugging me, so let me fix this. Oh, y'all. Anyways, so this is just helps me. I look at Roy and I'm like, oh my gosh, remember you had it right in front of you and you didn't realize it. Never will I let that happen with him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just right here. He doesn't want me to be anybody else, anything else. You know what I mean? I mean, that's cool. That's really cool juice, you know? Now, don't get me wrong. We do like push each other to do our best, encourage each other, challenge each other. That's for emotional growth. That's for personal growth. It's exciting. I've seen all this stuff that he's done, and I like to think I played a role, a part in him being as successful and as healthy and everything. Just giving him all the space to be creative as he does me. I'm just so blessed we can talk about anything. Not that we always understand what the other's saying. Oh, my heart. But anyways, I just want to share that with you about like soul bonds. There's something else I wanted to talk about. Whew, see if I can. This is another meme I really like. And in the end, it's you against you fighting for yourself. It really is that. That's what it's about. Think about it. You know. Um, I was just talking to Roy earlier, because I kind of am into TikTok, a bit. I spend a little time, but I'm very judicial. I let myself see a few minutes in the morning and then maybe like a half hour as before I fall asleep. Because what I do is I find people that seem discouraged and I go and I send them a message. You know, I mean, what's the use of having, this education and these experiences and anyways, that's how I use TikTok. There's some things I just look and I laugh at. And then I do a little bit before I go to sleep. So it's like, you know, I don't like to do anything in excess. Just um there's a couple more things I wanted to talk about. Da, da, da. Hope I can find it. Oh, oh God, what's it? It's this book. Gosh, loves, be patient with me because This is really beautiful. Let me see if I can just go this way and find it. Um, there's this book that this young woman has written, and she started being abused by, I believe it was her stepfather from tiny, like 7. I mean, I'm talking rape at age 7. Um, anyways, so she started being abused then, and her mom was didn't believe her, didn't protect her. Can you imagine? I mean, I've made, we all can say we made mistakes, but it went on and on and on and on and on. And her mother, was very physically and emotionally abusive of her. She's gone out. Little girl, speak. That's what it is. See, that's what you do. Don't try to stay on something you can't remember, like a name or a person or event. Go on to something else, and all of a sudden, boop, pre-conscious there. Okay, no shame in the game. What I mean by that is, and you've probably heard me say it in other videos, allow people to cry. Allow people to be upset. Allow people to feel safe with you. Life is not about becoming perfect. Maybe better, but not perfect. You know, I know there's people in my life I really care about, I love them to death, but I will not show this type of vulnerability with. I just wouldn't. It's just they just that, just wouldn't. Anyways, this is the meme I like. 10 things to say instead of stop crying. This can relate as a parent to your child. I know we don't like to see our children crying, or sometimes, they just cry because they're tired or frustrated or whatever the case might be. Not that they're really in crisis trauma, but still, um, it's okay to be sad. This is really hard for you. Tell me about it. One thing that we learn in counseling is don't ask closed-ended questions. Ask open-ended questions. You know, what brought you here today? Can you tell me more about that? Not like if you ask a question like, "Did that bother you?" They're going to say yes or no. You know, that doesn't allow for much sharing, self-exploring or anything like that. Um, that was really scary, sad. You know, I'm listening. Wow, just that. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'll help you work it out. God, I love I hear that you need space. I want to be here for you. Okay. I'll be close enough when you're ready. I hear you. It doesn't feel fair. I think I mentioned in another video. I don't say praying for you unless I'm really going to pray for somebody. So I'll make comments, but my thoughts are with you, or maybe if they're not really close to me, and it's like I still want to recognize that I feel for what they're going through, but I'm not going to say I'm, sending thoughts and prayers. I take my faith very seriously. It's, it's just like, we learned a long time ago, don't throw God's name around so easily, you know, God, whatever, I say, dang it, usually something like that, or shit. You won't hear me say, you know, damn it, or, Jesus Christ or anything like that, because I want to hold a certain reverence for those names because I love him, I love my Heavenly Father. I love Jesus, the Son of God. Uh, there's so much going on now. Like there's one thing that I wanted to post. I don't post for the thousands of people who hate my post. I post for the one person who says, "Thank you. I really needed that." You know, will be very interesting. I'll post, like a certain emotional intelligence tip. Maybe nobody responds. But that's okay. I just put it out there. Then all of a sudden I'll get something in the inbox. Mary, thank you so much for what you said, or da, da, da. I can relate to that, or I'm going through da 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 da. Don't don't underestimate. You know, I'm not talking about false positivity. I'm talking about genuine support. Putting that type of positive out there. Um, there's a couple more I wanted. I came across a couple that made me think about my eldest. I think about her a lot in October because, she's such a talented artist, makeup artist overall. And I've talked about her in other videos, but the challenge is this: when you're dealing with an individual that has a mental health disorder that can be very manipulative, they're not going to react to your loving gestures. They either don't trust him or won't receive him. But I really like these two things because I think it really, speaks to my heart. Never let the silence convince you that my love for you has quieted. It's screaming your name if only you'd listen. I'll probably go to my grave, you know? I love you, Randa Panda. I know it's not healthy for us to be together, until you're truly healing. And I'd do anything to be part of that when you're ready. So, anyways, there was one other that made me think of her. Um, da, 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 da. Hopefully, I can find it really quickly. Oh, let me say this, and I'll get right back to her. I don't totally agree with this meme, but if you've ever had a real bestie you thought was your bestie, and then you find out, so, you know, wasn't quite what you thought it was. This one, why does no one talk about how friends can break your heart so devastatingly, intimately, sometimes a million times worse than romantic partners? Why does no one talk about friend breakups? But I have learned, um, there's two childhood friends that I've had to close the door on because they were just capriciously cruel with me or were so um I had huge racial bigotry issues, um biases, that it just got to the point I never argued with them about it ever. Just so you know, I don't do that. I didn't argue. You can't argue someone out of that. You just try to put out the other, more inclusive way of being. Anyway, so it's just so sad. So I had to close those two doors, and they were childhood friends. And I want to say probably like maybe only a couple, since being out in the world as an adult, that I had to let go in that regard. Um, you know, you know what? I owe an apology. I owe a deep apology. And I'm going to say it right now because I have no contact with her. This is me. When I feel I did something wrong, I want to apologize. And it just wears at my spirit. And it just came to me, don't be afraid to apologize. I can never probably see her or say this again in person, but Laura, Lorra, how beautiful could that be? We were three musketeers. Her husband, her and I, way before they were married. Way, I'm talking like we lived together. Every time Maria and I would break up, her and I would live together. What a good girl. No. This was, you got to remember, this is like years and years ago. I want to say like um throughout the 70s, up until I went in the service in 79. And I reconnected later on with both of them. I spent the day before I went in the service with both of them. In fact, that picture of me, I think I'm in Ann Arbor atrium or whatever, is her husband, David, Lauren David Meisner. Um, anyways, something happened between David and I that shouldn't have happened before they were married. Um, After they were married, one time I can't even remember. Yeah, they were married. Yeah, I believe they were married. Anyways, um, yeah, because it was 2004. I was married to James Kavanaugh. He's very emotionally abusive of me, very much, and of Olivia. And so anyways, and she knows about it, so that's why we don't speak to this day. I sincerely, deeply apologize apologize. Um, you know, he he expressed that he loved me at different times in his adult life, and I knew it was genuine, you know. But oh God, he loves her. Oh my God, he totally adores her. Yeah, and oh God, both of us have moved way past all of that. I just feel like I owe that apology, and after I'm gone one day, maybe, um, I don't even think she knows my maiden. Yeah, yeah, she would know my maiden name. I love you, Laura. We were the Three Musketeers. I'm very sorry I let you down. Very sorry. You know, um, I wasn't healed. I wasn't healed. I'm still like, never, ever, ever, you know. I'd gone out of my way not to betray a friend ever. This was the one exception. I'm sorry for that. I would love to take it back. Anyways, um, okay. So when I'm thinking about my daughter, so many people love you. Don't focus on the people who don't. I don't believe she loves me. I know it sounds like a strange thing to say about your own child, but you gotta love yourself deeply to love another. Um, this is really a cute meme. I'm doing some memes I think are great. Hey, it's my channel. Probably delete it. No, I just want you to know that the promise still stands. This is not the end of your story. Keep believing, even if it's hard, even when it hurts like hell. Keep going, love. I love you, Lee. Thinking of you today too. I'm always thinking of you. I love you. Um. Oh, I just came across the thing I said. If you're ever scared you're a bad person, remember that bad people don't care about being better. Let's see. This is another really good one. Sex is cool, but have you ever had someone give you so much emotional safety that you were able to break down and process trauma right in front of them without fear of being judged or ridiculed? I hope I provide that type of, you know, environment. Your trauma was never your fault, but healing will always be your responsibility. If you have been brutally broken, but still had the courage to be gentle to others, then you deserve a love deeper than the ocean itself. Though you may hold your sword in a shaky hand, I see the demons you are slaying. Carry on, warrior. You are stronger than you realize. Wow. I like this one. This one kind of rings true to me. When I was married to my second husband. Have you ever locked yourself in the bathroom, cried, washed your face, and came back as though nothing happened? Many times. Many, many times. That would have been this. I tell you what. I could have used this when I was dating him. I wish people came with a 30-second trailer so I can see what I'm getting myself into. Uh, uh. Okay, I got another great one I'm going to go back to. But I'm trying to find that other one that has to do with Miranda Panda. Here's an unpopular fact. There's still grief involved with letting a toxic person go. You have to love them from a distance. I think the one that I'm thinking of, I don't think I have it, but I'm going to move on. How about this one? If you trade in your authenticity for being liked, you may experience the following: anxiety, depression, addiction, rage, blame, resentment, and inexplicable grief. Don't worry about what people don't do for you, you know? Do for yourself first, then the people that matter. How's it go? The people that matter will matter. There's some phrase like that. Ah. Some of the kindest souls I know have lived in a world that was not so kind to them. Some of the best human beings I know have been through so much at the hands of others, and they still love deeply. They still care. Sometimes it's the people who have been hurt the most who refuse to be hardened in this world because they would never want to make another person feel the same way they themselves have felt. If that isn't something to be in awe, I don't know what is. That's pretty cool, y'all. Come on. That's really good. I think I was trying to find oh, this would be a good one to close with. Your trauma was never your fault, but your healing will always be your responsibility. That's pretty good, huh? Um, Little Girl Speak. So I mentioned her earlier. Oh my God, y'all. I mean, I just wish I could I wanna say saved. Um oh, how about this one? Let's just close with this. And I'll get more with Little Girl Speak. And I because I have a lot of you know, excerpts, text from her book that I love to share. She's blessing so many lives, so many. I reached out to somebody on a childhood friend. I want to say it's been about a week, trying to put some more pieces of my teenage years together. He was very gracious, but couldn't remember what I was talking about. What a sweetheart. He's like, "Do you remember da 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 or not?" I'm like, I just don't know if that my memory is, a little foggy, Do you remember anything about that? Um, anyways, uh, this is called Thoughts While Drinking Coffee. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be safe. You deserve laughter and joy filling your heart when talking to a good friend. You deserve warm hugs. That's, oh, I'm telling you, so good. I just asked for it. Just hug me, you know? Mm-mm. People who love and support you. You deserve healthy friendships, relationships, connections. You deserve to be happy. Maybe it isn't constant, but you deserve to know the bad days will pass. You deserve to heal. You deserve to break from a terrible situation. You deserve to realize you were better than what happened to you. You deserve to understand that it doesn't make you less of a person. You see there? Just because I wasn't healed and I was in trauma and, acted out in various ways, um, you know, I've forgiven that little girl, that young woman, but, it doesn't mean I don't feel badly if I hurt someone along that path. I still want to be able to, you know, some things you can never make restitution for. But just want to know, hey, listen, I'm a different person now, or this, or whatever. Whether it's me or you or whoever that have hurt somebody, don't be afraid to apologize. Be the bigger person, And then, make that gap, build that fence. Not that fence, up bridge. Fence. Don't build that wall. You deserve healthy coping mechanisms and learning to to take control over yourself and find peace. You deserve good things no matter what. You will get good things. It is coming along. It doesn't happen overnight. It's way more easy said than done. It seems impossible sometimes, but you will make it through. You will. Just inhale and exhale. Say, I deserve good things. Listen, that's it. I should know that, but listen, for me, it's the woods, you know, uh, quiet, looking inward, knowing how I feel about a situation, taking that time to know me, you know, um, you got to do it. Now, if you're alone completely, you probably think I don't need any more time alone. You've got to find something that brings you joy during this pandemic. You've got to find something that sustains you. You know, find support groups online. Get away from the negative as much as possible. I try to do what I have to do regarding causes, and then that's it, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to da da da, because I have to like guard my well-being. Um, there's got to be something, that makes you happy, that brings you joy. Maybe you haven't done it or thought about it in a while. Maybe you used to draw and you don't draw anymore. I have said over and over again, it doesn't matter if you're good at it. It doesn't matter. The haters hate. There's so many things that I would have tried and done if not only had I been healed, but I guess if I'd been healed, I would have had the confidence. Now I don't have the body to do some of the things I want to do. That's okay. Close that door. Think of other things. Put your feet on the floor and keep going. Okay. Love you all. Might do one other video today. I'm thinking of a song which I really like. So that's in my mood. Let's see. We're in Central Time here. It's 4:07. I think hubby and I are going to watch a movie. Oh my God. I found a Nicole Kidman movie. I love her acting. I think he found one too. So probably, I think he found his first. So we're going to watch his first. Bye bye. I got to get this thing on. This mouse don't work with crap. I got to turn it on and off before.